Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Hall, and today I wanted to share with you some messages that I received this morning meditating when channeling Archangel Haniel. Archangel Haniel is an archangel who is associated with the moon and the lunar cycles. And the messages that I received from her this morning were pertaining to how we can live and cycle with the moon such that we don't have to feel any sense of oversensitivity or over discomfort when there are strong changes with the pull of the moon, because I know that so many of us will often receive a feeling of very high sensitivity when the moon is full or when the moon is new, and there's definitely a way to bring balance into that while at the same time receiving the benefits of that sensitivity, or in other words, receiving the insights and the knowledge and the wisdom that some of that sensitivity or altered consciousness might bring you. So I would like to share with you directly some of the words that Archangel Haniel gave to us this morning, and to do this I'm going to just read what she said. So here it is. Moon, moon, water, beautiful water. Look, if you will, dearest ones, upon the ebb and flow of the tides. The moon pulls the water of the earth just as it pulls you. The earth and moon twirl in a cosmic dance that is truly serene to observe. When the light of this dance shines upon you, you may be just as serene as this. To experience discord at the pole of the moon is merely a reflection that part of you has fallen out of sync with nature. But fear not, precious ones, for the return to nature's embrace is easily achieved. Simply step into nature for but a few moments. Allow yourself the natural human pleasure of feeling your skin against the earth. Commune, if you can, with the bodies of water. They and the spirits that inhabit them shall remind you of your holy origin. Receive the glorious divine inheritance of nature, and you shall know what it is to thrive in mind, body, and spirit. So thank you, Archangel Haniel. Those were beautiful and inspiring words. And I also wanted to share that as I was communing with Archangel Haniel, she also showed me an image. She showed me an image of the moon doing its dance with the earth, and she showed me a beautiful spiritual lunar energy flowing out of the moon and flowing all around the earth to create beautiful swirling patterns. They flowed like nature. If you look the way that vines flow, they kind of flow all over the place. And I saw that these patterns of energy were actually moving as the cycles of that dance between the earth and the moon were moving. And Archangel Haniel's comment on this was simply that as these adjustments, these changes occur in that dance, as these swirling patterns change, we feel it and we respond to it. There is a reason that astrology treats the moon as an emotional body. The moon is also considered to be very, very connected with water. And when we think of spiritual energy, water is very, very similar to that energy. Water in the physical world is one of the most basic elements of nature. It is the building block of life. In the same way that spiritual energy, just as you see it flowing as you maybe send it from one to another if you do healing work, this basic element is very much the makeup of the spiritual realm and also the makeup of your spiritual energy body. So when you are working with this lunar energy, it affects you both at that emotional, watery realm, that fluid substance of energy, and also at the physical realm, because of course most of the percentage of your physical body is made up of water. The moon is actually a very gentle, loving, and balancing force in the universe and nature for us, because what it actually does is to help us to stay in sync with the universal flow of spirit. So you as an individual soul are connected to the universal oversoul as a whole. And what lunar energy helps you to do is it helps you to connect with the greater cosmic energy so that you can feel on this journey through space that we're on, living on planet Earth in this human lifetime. You can feel the shifts going on, perhaps at a universal level. We evolve upon this journey in the Earth. And the moon plays a very important functional role in helping to guide our energy, keeping it in track and in sync with all of that flowing in nature. So it can be very, very helpful to stay in sync with the flow of nature, of course. And this, as we said before, is going to help you to stay feeling very, very grounded and good and balanced when there are big shifts in the cycle of the moon. Currently, at this point in human evolution, human culture, and civilization is in a bit of what we'd say a comparatively disjointed place from nature, or from paying attention to the flow of nature and maybe incorporating it a little bit more into our earthly lives. In that way, humanity is sort of like a rebellious teenager at this time, wanting to kind of independently figure everything out on its own. But from the messages that I've repeatedly received from the spirit world, we absolutely have the ability to mature and to grow beyond this so that our relationship with the earth is balanced farther in the future, and as well we find a balance with one another, more of a harmony and balance with one another. Now, whether or not this is something that will happen in our lifetimes is something that I'm not, quite sure of, but what I do know is that this time on the earth is a very, very crucial, important, and beautiful, exciting time to be alive, because this is a time in which, at the individual level, so in your life and in my life and all the lives that we have at the individual level, we have the ability to make our mark to help to usher in that collective shift, which is why self-care, self-love, and personal spiritual growth is so very important now, because you are playing a role in that bigger collective shift at this time. So some of the steps that Archangel Haniel gave with regard to helping us to stay in sync with nature and thereby to comfortably flow through and with the energy of the moon, just as if you were flowing down current with the stream of a river, not swimming upstream against it, are first, of course, to spend some time out into nature. Now, this can be as simple as getting outside and putting your bare feet on the ground for just a few moments, and then perhaps doing a little bit of deep breathing. When you connect physically with your skin against the earth, bare feet touching the ground, something really beautiful and magical happens, in that your electromagnetic field will actually connect with the electromagnetic field of the earth. There's a very beautiful shift that occurs, and there's actually a release that occurs. You're able to let go of anything that feels like it's maybe stuck in the current within, if you were perhaps swimming upstream from the flow of nature, because there's all sorts of other ego things and mind things going on in life at this time. So take that time to check in with nature, get barefoot, step on the earth. You can even spend time touching a tree, or spending time communing with bodies of water if you can, if you have the ability to do so. This could be maybe wading, standing, or swimming in a body of water, or even just taking your hands and touching a body of water for a moment. The energy of connecting with nature will naturally help you to flow in the same direction as it, because the energy of nature has a very, very strong current. In the same way that if you threw a flower petal into a river, that flower petal would most likely start flowing in the direction of the current. Your body, your mind, your being is like that flower petal that you're flowing into the current. If you allow yourself to really tune in to the energy of nature, you'll just start naturally flowing with it. One of the other things that Archangel Haniel shared is to just plain old slow down as well. If you can slow down from all of the distractions in your regular everyday life, with all of the different chattering thoughts and different things like that, all the concerns or worries or whatever that you might have going on, and just to listen to the quiet, listen to the stillness. In other words, to listen and tune in to the flow of life, to the tone of life itself. this will also very, very naturally help you to get in sync and in tune with what's going on. And also know that when you're still and you're resting and you're listening, this allows whatever changes the moon is helping to make within you emotionally, physically, or spiritually to come up and to move through you easily and fluidly without any kind of resistance. So in other words, you're kind of holding space for those changes to occur in a more natural, uplifting sort of way. Lastly, of course, you can also call upon Archangel Haniel if you're feeling very sensitive to the moon, or if you would like her help in gaining some of those insights or some new knowledge on what's going on in your life pertaining to what the moon is helping you to do. She is a very, very loving, wise angel to connect with, and all you need to do is simply call on her, close your eyes, take some of that time to rest, relax, listen to the stillness, meditate, and you'll receive from her in whatever way that you are meant to receive. The last little suggestion that we have for you on this today is also to call upon the nature spirits or the fairies, particularly for the nature spirits connected with the water, because you can ask them for healing. They are constantly in sync with that lunar and earth flow, that natural flow, so they know just how to help you to get back into that sync, or even to help you to identify some curious places where, from their perspective, why is this human not connecting with nature in this way, or where are they holding back or maybe resisting that flow of your instincts or your emotion. So call on the fairies, the elementals to help, and know as well that if you have good intentions, they can sense that, and they're often eager and happy to help you, especially if your intentions are good with regard to the earth or helping nature in any way. So thank you so much for listening to these messages today. If you would like to connect a little bit more with your angels, you can, as always, check out my website at www.seraphim.com for more information on how to contact me for an angel session. Also, of course, you can keep in touch via all my social media in the description below. And as always, know until next time that you are so loved and so very blessed. Bye!